This shit with Heavenly is getting old. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about Married to Medicine, Season 12, Episode 11. And the name of the episode is called What Happens in Jamaica Stays in Jamaica. Okay? I thought this was an okay episode. Listen, it's too much going on with Heavenly for me. I really... I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it. I think that she feels like she has to perform like this or behave like this to get the show rolling. But to me, it's not warranted or needed. And we're talking about little, you know what I'm saying? It's too much. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into the episode. And let me say this before. That is the reason why I stopped watching last season. And I do like Heavenly. She do have some fun moments, but sometimes she takes it too far. She takes it too far, and this is the most fame that she's ever gotten, and so she wants the attention. You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she was ignored as a child, and she wants the attention, and she just doesn't know how to turn it off. She thinks that this is what we want to see, and I don't want to see it. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. So the episode started off with really Angel. Okay, Angel has a movie premiere. She has a movie titled Sin. And she said that she's been in the entertainment industry for a minute, and that's how she paid for nursing school. Okay, now from the clip of the movie that we saw, the movie will most likely be on Tubi. Most of the girls came there to support her. Contessa took a nap while they was watching the movie, and Angel had the nerve to say, "Oscars, here we come. Oscars, here we come." Girl, there are real bona fide actresses that don't even know that if an Oscar is coming to them or not. But there are just some things I feel like that I have a good eye for talent. I like to tell people, and this is the truth. I remember when I first saw the trailer I used to check World Star Hip Hop every day. And I remember when I first saw the trailer for Precious, and I said, Monique won her Oscar. Yup. Monique won her Oscar. And I knew it just by looking at the trailer. And let me think of what other movie did I see that I said, oh, they're about to win an Oscar. I did not know, but I did know that Regina King was going to win an Emmy once I saw the trailer for, I can't remember the name of the show, but she won an Emmy for it. Was it American Crime? Was it American Crime? I think it was American Crime. She played a Muslim, and yeah, I believe the name of the show was called American Crime. She won it 2 years in a row. Well, she won an Emmy 3 years in a row, I believe. But she won her Emmy for American Crime for her role on American Crime 2 years in a row. Okay, but yeah, I feel like I have a good gauge for talent from what I saw. I mean, I'm not saying that she will never win an Oscar. I'm not saying that Angel will never win an Oscar. I'm just saying from what we've seen, she's gonna have to do a lot of training.
Neverland.
But before they ended up watching the movie, Simone was talking to the girls, and she said that she and Cecil were supposed to host a couples trip this year, and she doesn't think that they should host a trip because they're working on their marriage in the moment. And I thought that was really huge of Simone and commendable, actually, to admit that. Even though she had been saying all season they was having trouble, when she expressed it to Heavenly and for Heavenly to throw it in her face, for her to still be able to admit to the girls that she's having trouble in her marriage and she don't think that they should host a couple trip this year, I thought that was commendable of her. Okay.
Thank the Lord. That's how you put your grown woman on.
Yeah. So she said that they're passing the baton to Eugene and Toya because they're in the best place in their marriage. Of course, Mimi has pushback, and she's saying that all she sees from Toya is chaos. Mimi is really starting to piss me off. Her and her husband. Okay? They're trying to get their spot in the group by coming for Toya and Eugene, and it is so obvious. And they're also trying to come for their marriage. She keeps on saying all we see is chaos. So we never seen a couple married before like they're so fucking perfect. Steven don't even know who his motherfucking daddy is. Steve don't even know who his motherfucking daddy is, but y'all are so appalled by Toya and Eugene arguing. Couples argue. I feel like that those things that Toya and Eugene are going through can actually help people instead of Beverly and Damon trying to make it seem like everything is perfect when it's not. right? You can actually learn from Toya and Eugene. You can actually learn from Simone and Cecil, right? Instead of watching Heavenly and Damon fake it. And then Mimi is saying, is Toya safe?
Oh, no, she didn't go there.
Yeah.
Let's not use the word safe, because what we've seen on the screen, Savannah isn't safe over there in your household. Okay, and the thing with that I don't like is Toya has never been aggressive with Mimi. Now, has she had to check Mimi a couple of times? Yes. But it was only because Mimi was trying to play in her face and do that slick talking on the side. So let's not do this or play this game where Toya doesn't seem safe. Now, Toya did have a fight on the show, but Toya was hit first. She didn't hit Mariah first. She has the right to defend herself. And another thing too, this is what I mean when I call bullshit on y'all when y'all talk about the colorism as well. Because Mimi is high yellow, right? And she's around here starting shit with Toya and Brandy. And when they meet her where she's at, all of a sudden she's using the word safe, or is this person safe? And she's talking about Toya and saying that Brandy is aggressive. But that's not colorism.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? She over here starting shit with people and she high yellow, but when they meet her where she's at, all of a sudden it's not safe and this person is being aggressive. Okay, I see y'all.
I see you.
You know that Mimi was on Watch What Happens Live Sunday with Candy. And would you know the name of the word of the week, the word of the night, whatever the word is, the drinking game word of the day was Toya. And from the way that Mimi was talking, it led me to believe that Toya ate her up at the reunion, and I can't wait to see it. I hope this is her last season, her and her husband.
Get that bitch out of here.
Couples are getting ready for the trip. We finally see Quad over at King's Condo. Now, this is my first time seeing King's Condo. Now, I know last year him and Quad was having conversations about him not wanting to give up his place and wanting to move in with Quad. But I don't recall them ever filming in King's spot. Then we got Brandy and Shamar. They're getting ready for the trip. Shamar is only going to be on the trip. The trip is going to be in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Okay? Shamar is only going on the trip for one day because he has to get back home and watch the kids because they don't have anybody to watch the kids.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
That's a good man, okay? Now, I thought that Brandy said that his mom lives with them, but I guess not. And even if she did live with them, Mama got to have a life too, right? So she can help when she can, but she doesn't have to stop her life to help y'all watch these kids. These are y'all kids, and I like that he let Brandy go ahead and go on the trip to Jamaica and have fun. He's only going to go there one day and then come home and watch the kids. I love that he did that. Okay. Now, Brandy said that she's also going to be leaving early because the kids start school and she doesn't want to miss their first day of school. Again, this cast trip is in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and everybody seemed to have issues getting to Jamaica, and it was no fault of the Harrises. Okay?
Let's get that straight, okay?
So I thought that with the cast trip, Bravo paid for everything, so everybody should be on the same flight, but I guess not, okay? So Toya, Eugene, Simone, and Cecil, and Jackie, they were on the same flight. Well, they were supposed to be. And then Cecil said that he received a text from Delta saying that he actually won't have the seat, and they found a seat for him on Frontier. And so they asked Simone, did she want to go with him? And she said, no, I don't either. I wouldn't either. From what I hear, Frontier is like Spirit, and I got to be comfortable. Right? I'm already scared of flying. I already be, almost having nervous breakdowns when I get on the flight. I'm scarred because La Bamba fucked me up as a child.
Are you okay?
La Bamba fucked me up as a child. And so me watching that movie as many times as I did, I have had this fear of flying. And I remember when I think I was in college and I was talking to one of my friends and they was like, are you scared of flying? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's just like somebody saying they're afraid to get into a car. And I actually had to think about it. I'm like, man, let me go book me a flight somewhere, okay? Curtis is in Canada on a golf trip. Brandy, Angel, Heavenly, Damon, Kane, and Quad, they're all on the same flight, okay? Mimi and Steve's flight got canceled, but who gives a fuck about them coming? Now, remember, King is from Kingston, Jamaica, and he said that he moved to the U.S. when he was 10. And I want to know why, usually with Married to Medicine, with the cast of the show, I feel like that we know most of the cast from Married to Medicine because we get in-depth answers from them. I really want to know why did King and his family move from Kingston, Jamaica to the United States. Everybody seemed to arrive at the hotel at the same time. And when they were being greeted by the staff, one of them greeted King and said, "Welcome home." And Toya asked, how did you know that King was from Jamaica? And it's because you know your people. I remember when I was in middle school, someone in the class had said that all Chinese people looked alike. And the teacher said, no, they all look alike to you. And she went on to explain when she was growing up, she used to think that all white women looked the same. And she said that she realized that it wasn't because they actually looked alike. It was because she hadn't had many experiences amongst white women to learn or notice their individual differences, right? And once she spent more time, because when she grew up in an all-black town. And she said that once she grew up and spent more time interacting with people from different backgrounds, she began to see how distinct everyone really was, right? And so her point was that sometimes when we aren't familiar with a group of people, our brains tend to generalize. And it's not like people truly look the same. It's just that we haven't taken the time or had exposure to recognize their unique features or identities. I'm saying that to say, you know your people. Those who share the same background and culture and experiences as you can recognize their faces, their expressions, and the small details that make each person unique. So I'm thinking that when the guy saw the rest of them and he saw King, he immediately knew that was his people. Before they assigned rooms, Eugene read a pledge of friendships. They didn't really have to assign rooms. I don't even know why I said that, but before they gave everybody their key cards, he read a pledge of friendships, basically saying that the trip is about bonding and camaraderie. And if anyone shows any negativity or pettiness, they will be sent to their rooms for a cool-off period. Y'all should be booking them on a flight back to Atlanta. Y'all should be booking them on their flight back to Atlanta. And most importantly, y'all should be booking Heavenly on her flight back to Atlanta. Fuck a cool-off period. Send them hoes home. I think it's so funny that the girls always complain about Toya living the life of luxury and always wanting to find things out of life, but there was no complaints about the trip when it came to where they were staying because they already knew Toya was going to have them sitting, right? It's only a problem when it's the life of luxury for Toya, but when she has to plan a trip for everybody, nobody's complaining because they know they're gonna be living it up. Okay, to everybody they'll be living it up. Okay. Quad and Queen are hoping that they can be free and rekindle their love on the trip because the IVF and the stress of it has really taken a toll on their relationship. One thing that I don't like about the Married to Medicine cast is that they make too much out of this being a couples trip. First, earlier in the episode, we had Toya and Eugene. They were talking about, single people being on the trip. And now we got Simone and Cecil. And I think that it is so rich coming from Simone and Cecil being that Simone don't even want to get married. That Simone don't even want to be married anymore. Why are we worried about who is coupled up? Or if their spouses is here? Or if this person is single? Worry about you and your marriage, especially Simone and Cecil, right? What I got going on in my room ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. And I don't want to call it elitist. It's discrimination, right? In a social sense. And it's also exclusion. I really feel like that's what they wanted to do to Quad when she divorced Greg. I don't think that they wanted her around anymore. And they wanted to move forward with Sweet Tea. And they didn't think that the fans would have something to say about it. Which is why Quad made sure to come back to the show the next season with King.
Clock it.
And Simone, you better be very careful if you choose to divorce Cecil, because the way that the women in this group move, I don't think all of them will be there for you if you actually divorce Cecil. It gives me that they only want to be around married women, and you will be too much of a stain for them. That's how I feel. That's how they move. They led me there. Jackie is in her room and Heavenly comes by and she's asking Heavenly to help her get the other girls in line to help with the Met Gala. I don't like that. And I gave Jackie praise this last episode, but now she's about to piss me off.
What you did was you just made me look stupid.
If Jackie is so much of this respected doctor in Atlanta and this astute businesswoman, how come she can't put on the Met Gala by her motherfucking self? Last year, she asked Phaedra, and then she talked shit about it. Even when Phaedra gave the check, she was still talking shit. Now she asked Toya to do it, and she's talking shit about it. And if I'm Toya, them having these side conversations about me and talking shit about me will make me not even want to do my best. Well, not do it at all, because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do my best. So it'll just make me quit doing the motherfucker all together.
Them bitches.
Now, apparently in Jamaica, it's Independence Day, and King is from Jamaica, so he's taking the group out to party with the locals and not some of the tourists. I would have loved to do that, to have an inside with the locals. I told y'all that I listened to J.Il, the Jill Scott podcast, and I forgot where she went. Where did Jill go? It was St. Thomas. She went on vacation to St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, and she said that the locals had pretty much served them all day, and then it was at a certain time where an older woman who was a local told them that they should probably leave, and they didn't. And pretty much they were shunned, right? The locals had served them all day, and they felt like it was time for them to unwind and have time to themselves and not have to serve them. And Jill and her party, they just weren't welcome, okay? And they did not see her as Jill Scott, and I don't even know if they knew that she was a singer, but they knew she wasn't one of them. Yes, they're all Black, but the intersection of being African-American and being Black from St. Thomas, it crossed, right? And she had to realize that she was not one of them. Yeah, we're Black, but there are different intersections, if that makes sense, right? You're not one of them, so it's time for you to go, right? Whereas with King, he knows the locals, and so he can bring them to places and welcome them to places and spaces of the locals. Everybody came except for Heavenly, Jackie, and Damon. I'm really not surprised by that. But everyone is dressed in black, yellow, and green. Again, it's Jamaica's Independence Day. And they all, from what we saw, it looked like they all had a good time. It looked like they all had a good time. And they seem to be hungover. Okay, so they're going to have a medical mission. But this year, it's not really going to be a medical mission. It's going to be community service for the kids in Montego Bay, okay? And King's cousin is setting it up, okay? So they're on their way to the medical mission. And Toya said that she told Angel and Brandy, since they're on the trip single, that they're going to rotate amongst the couples. And at the end, say what they learned and what the couple can do better. And Heavenly said, hell no, that's like a broke bitch telling me how to get some money.
Shut up! That is so stupid.
Like, it's becoming so old. And Heavenly looked like she was drunk. She looked like she was either drunk, she looked like it was high or something. Something with her didn't look right, but it's just becoming old. That wasn't, all of that wasn't even necessary. It was not necessary. Toya and Jackie wants everyone to pitch in for the Met Gala this year because Mimi, Brandy, and Angel, they weren't included. So Jackie is explaining the Met Gala to Brandy, hopefully to get her coins. And she said this year, we thought that Toya would be a great chairperson for the Met Gala. And Heavenly said, we didn't think that. We thought it would teach her a lesson.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And if I'm Toya, for me, that's it. I'm done. Right? I totally understand the women not wanting to put in because Toya is hosting and what she has did with the prior Met Galas. But trying to teach me a lesson like I need to be schooled, bitch, fuck you.
You bitch.
Fuck you. And Heavenly said that they would do better by apologizing. And Toya did apologize last week. But see, that's the problem. Toya doesn't feel included in the group because she's not a doctor. And because she's not, the women, specifically Heavenly, talks down to her every chance she gets. And that is the reason why she did not put in for the last two Met Galas. Because y'all want to put something together with medicine behind it, and y'all have made me feel like I am not medicine in this group. The show is called Married to Medicine as a whole. And I may not be a doctor, but I am married to medicine. So y'all shouldn't treat her like that. And this is why if I was in, Heavenly would not get my vote. I don't give a damn what y'all say.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
So they arrived at the medical mission site, and Toya gets up and she says that they don't want to take that negative energy in there around the kids because they were arguing. And as Toya is talking, Damon starts talking, and Heavenly screams, Toya, my fucking man is talking. Bitch, I was talking before he cut me off. Bitch, he tells you to bark, and you bark. That don't mean that I'm gonna do it. And to be honest, I'm just saying, Heavenly seems drunk, and it is early in the morning, it seems like. She seems like she either drunk or high, or maybe she don't got on the lashes. But something is going on with Heavenly.
Something don't look right over here.
And so Toya says that Damon was being disrespectful by talking when she was talking. And he was. And Heavenly says that he can say what he needs to say. He can. But bitch, you or nobody else is going to shut me up from saying what I need to say so Damon can talk. You or nobody else gonna shut me up so Damon can talk. If you was talking and he wanted to cut you off and you shut up, that's on you. But you're not gonna shut me up. Especially if I was talking first.
You got me fucked up.
So Toya is trying to play and Heavenly says, nobody wants to hear you pray. We want to hear Damon. No, bitch, you want to hear Damon pray. And then she says that Toya talks too much. It's her fucking trip. She is supposed to pray unless she asks someone else to pray. And this is what I be saying. Heavenly is doing too much. It's not funny. But I think that she thinks this is what we want to see. She thinks this is what we want to see. It's buffoonery at its finest. It's buffoonery at its finest. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're better than this.
We're better than this.
So they finally get out. Curtis meets them at the site. So does Contessa and Scott. I forgot to say Scott has glaucoma. Scott has glaucoma and he had eye surgery. So he had to be cleared to travel. So I'm guessing that he was cleared to travel. We ended up meeting King's cousin, who is also a doctor. Her name is Dr. Green. And they wanted to make sure that the kids had things that they needed for back to school and hygiene products. And it was very, very nice. I love to see it. They was, offering the kids words of wisdom and trying to motivate them. Heavenly ended up pulling Toya to the side and apologizing, says that she doesn't want her to think that she was disrespecting her and she doesn't want to have any bad blood. Girl, stop. Stop. You was disrespecting her and you wanted to have bad blood with her. What I think happened is I think that Damon pulled her to the side and told her she was doing the most because he actually touched her on the bus and told her to calm down. She was doing the most and she think that it's cute, girl, and you looked foolish and stupid.
Cause you're a ghetto-ass, hood-ass bitch. Her head. And you know how to act.
Then Toya thanks everyone and tells them that they have dinner planned later on. And as she's talking, we get flash forward of what's to come on the trip. And it looks like, it's really about to go down. Okay? Look, I like when the beef is organic. I don't like when the girls are looking for a moment. But most importantly, I like when we have a resolve. Right? A real resolve. I don't like the fake apologies that Heavenly be giving. And I don't like when people can't admit that they're wrong. Toya, baby, from what we've seen in this flash forward, I'm going to have to see what happened because I don't know exactly what happened, baby. But you was definitely wrong when it comes to you and Angel and that man.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
Point blank period, baby. There is no way you can maneuver yourself out of that situation and thinking that you're in the right. And I get that Angel is new. You probably think that I know enough about you, Toya. You probably think just because it's your girl is new that you don't have to apologize to her, baby. You was definitely wrong and you do owe that girl an apology. Okay? But other than that, I think that Toya and Eugene are doing a great job on this trip. I'm glad they picked Jamaica and it was during their Independence Week. Toya said that she had asked ChatGPT and ChatGPT suggested that they go to Jamaica. Okay? So shout out to ChatGPT. I don't know. I love when they go to Black countries. I do. I don't care. Okay. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I think that Heavenly was doing exactly too much on that sprinter and I don't like it. And if you was Toya, would you still be the chairperson of the gala or would you say fuck it? As much shit as Heavenly talked, I would drop out that gala and let Heavenly pick up the slack. Because one thing I know and two things for certain, she loves Dr. Jackie, but she's not going to write no $35,000 check like Phaedra did last year and make sure that the gala meet their goal. Hell, the goal for the gala wouldn't even be $100,000 as Heavenly was doing it. All right. But y'all, that's all I got right now. Please drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Please hype me up. Please subscribe. I want to get to about 10,000 subscribers before, let's see. Give me set a realistic goal. I want to get 10,000 subscribers before June. It's February. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers before June, right? So y'all help me out. Subscribe, share the video, y'all, and I will see y'all soon, right? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.